think that Hilton Head, being the largest beach span and a tourist beach, I think that we have a responsibility to the natural resources here. Those that definitely need our help will be those charismatic animals like the dolphins who draw attention to themselves. I know that dolphins will always enamor kids because of the way they are. They're fun-loving, and if you know more about them and understand how their behavior is out in the wild, it's so interesting, and they're so smart. They do recognize your boat. They recognize your face by sight. They recognize the hum of every engine, and they know what that boat's purpose is. And if it's a fishing boat, they're going to be very interested because they like free treats. And it's important not to hand them any food. Their esophagus is just a little bigger than ours, and they'll swallow anything that will go down that esophagus. They don't chew their food. You want to avoid that. That's a federal offense. So we try to protect them by being aware when we're boating. And two things they do if they are asking you to back up, and that's a tail slap on the water, really loud, and then also the chuffing. If they exhale repeatedly, they're a little irritated with your presence. So they do communicate with us whether you know what they're saying or not. Also, strand feeding. The Cousteaus were here in the 80s because it was the only place that had reported this happening. And we have it happening a lot because we have a lot of mud flats. And if you had the choice of a slip and slide that was sandpaper or pluff mud, which one would you choose? Beaufort County has been a first in so many things. Protecting the environment from chemical companies being built on the shore, to the first county to ban the capture of dolphins. And that relates to the Carolina snowball story, where Miami Seaquarium had a dolphin captured in Colleton County just above us. To bring that one home to the Seaquarium for viewing, and that was a big catalyst to a lot of the protections that Beaufort County saw. It really made locals understand that what we had was valuable, other people wanted it, and we needed to protect it. The Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972 protects marine mammals from harm, harassment, or killing. And Beaufort County was actually one of the first counties in the United States to ban the capture of wild marine mammals for display. Carolina snowball really put us on the map on that. So marine means saltwater. So if you have a mammal that lives in saltwater permanently, that's a marine mammal. Manatees, whales, dolphins, polar bears, sea otters, things like that. Manatees are also marine mammals, and they're protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act. And we do have manatees that visit here in the summer months. Occasionally we have pygmy sperm whales and pilot whales that will wash up, and in that case it's the same procedure as if a dolphin washes up. And Beaufort County is really good at this network. And when I get a phone call, I call the lifeguards first if it's at the beach, and they help with the response. And then I go for the response, and then it's just a trickle-down effect, everyone working together, because there's one NOAA and there's beaches all up and down the coast. Hilton Head was put together as an environmental destination, and the community here recognizes that we have a lot of natural resources that we have to protect. It's important to the eastern seaboard at large, and and it's important to Hilton Head, not just for tourism or economic reasons, but the whole community is interested in what is surrounding us. If we just are good stewards of our environment, and that includes the beaches and the waterways, these animals have a lot better chance. I think it's important to me because I grew up here, for one. I really can't explain what it is that awes me about them, except for they're just really cool. There's more to it than that. There's a feeling that you get when you're around them. And I know that people do get that feeling, and they might not recognize it right away. They might feel like, oh, well, I'm being entertained, but it'll stick with them. And when they go home, they'll remember Hilton Head, and they'll remember the awesome animals that we have here and learn how we protect them and how we care for them.